Oh, he was on Everybody Loves Raymond. That's so weird. I was thinking about that show the other day. I was thinking about Everybody Loves Raymond. Okay, side tangent. I was thinking about like, because apparently there's like a Frasier reboot, and I was like, that's weird. Not that because it's a bad show. I think Frasier's actually a great show. That's like the white man's NWA. And I think it's kind of a shame that it gets sort of looked over when talking about sitcoms. I feel like it's actually kind of underrated. Maybe it was more highly praised in its day, and it's just been, years, and no one really talks about that sort of style of sitcom anymore. But Frasier's awesome. I think it's a really funny show. And I was thinking about like underrated sitcoms, and I thought about Everybody Loves Raymond was like the first one that actually came to mind, which I don't think it's like an incredible show. It's definitely not like the best in its genre, but it's this weird example of something that I was actually thinking about when I was making the Ill Bleed video. So I kind of think of stories or products or whatever as having like, there's a hook and then there's the meat. And this is going to be weird terminology, but this is how I think about it. The hook is like the interesting thing that's like, oh, this is the thing that gets your attention, that reels you in. Self-explanatory. You probably learned about it in your English class. The meat then is like the actual content. Like, okay, once you get past the hook, is it like good? And I was thinking about it in terms of Ill Bleed is a game that has a good hook and has a kind of weak meat. I need to come up with a better term for this. Blue Stinger is a game that I found had no hook and pretty weak meat. Everybody Loves Raymond is a show that has like no hook, but it's like you watch it and it's pretty good. It's actually pretty funny. Like, there is nothing interesting about it. It is the most bog standard pitch for a family sitcom starring a known comedian. It's Ray Romano, and he has a wife and like did they get a third kid later on? I forget. He's got like 2 or 3 young kids, and his brother's there, and his parents. And they have a family sitcom. And, like, there's nothing interesting or attention-grabbing about it. But then you watch it, and it's actually pretty funny. Not the best thing ever, but I always thought it was, like, pretty good. And it's probably why no one really talks about it. It's just one of those, like, pretty solid shows that just sort of flies under the radar, but still gets, like, a bunch of seasons. How many seasons did it have? 1996 to 2005. Wow. That's a long time. How many seasons? 9 seasons. Fuck. I feel like most of the problems on that show just stem from fucking Robert. Why was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking that was the other thing. I was confusing the guy who plays Kronk in Emperor's New Groove with Brad Garrett, who plays the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond, who also has like a super deep voice like this. Super husky deep voice. Anyway,